Good afternoon, everyone. Nyia Harris here for Open Book with Nyia Harris. Thanks for tuning in to Power 104.7, your home for hip hop and R&B. Let me just quick read something here for Power 104. You've heard me read it before, but I want to read it again. Through the Center of Broadcast Journalism, Power 104.7 is training the next generation of journalists and changing who gets to tell the stories. We deliver hands-on, intensive training with award-winning professionals, then put our students straight to work in the real newsroom, right here at Power 104.7. This mission matters now more than ever, and we need your support. Help us diversify newsrooms across the state with a tax-deductible donation to the Center of Broadcast Journalism. No gift is too small, and every dollar makes an impact. Donate now at the Center for Broadcast Journalism.org. Thanks again for tuning in to Power 104.7, you guys. Again, my name is Nyia Harris for Open Book with Nyia Harris. I have my guest in studio with me today, Shahbaz Shah. Shahbaz, how you doing?
Ooh, doing pretty well.
Yeah?
All things considered. How about for you?
All things considered, doing okay. Mm-hmm. We cannot escape. We cannot, gloss over or look over the fact that what is happening in our state, in our community, in the Twin Cities here. If you've been living under a rock, you basically don't know what's happening. So let me fill you in, right? Like we have ICE among us, right? Immigration enforcement among us, who've basically, just kind of been running amok in our city. And I should probably quickly mention the thoughts and opinions are from me, Nyia Harris, not Power 104.7. But I just couldn't, I usually like to skew more positive, talk more positive territory, but today I knew I had to talk about this, at least briefly anyway. So again, lots happening in the Twin Cities. Most recently, most notably, a gentleman was killed by the enforcement agents on Saturday. Most people have seen the video going around. Shahbaz, you're a resident of St. Paul. This happened in Minneapolis, uptown area. How are you feeling? Because you're one of the people of the cities, right?
Yes. Yeah. This has been. To call it trying times would be an understatement. It has been difficult to live not only within the confines of either city. Mm-hmm. It's especially as a person with the kind of name that I have. It has made life somewhat tenuous in certain spaces and in certain discussions, no matter with whom I'm speaking.
Yeah.
And to be realistic and to operate, it's important that I recognize that and share that many people that are close to me, that are blood relatives, came to this country through the immigration process. Mm-hmm. That and many people can say that across the country. The reality is, I'm talking about first cousins. People I grew up with,
sure, and
my aunts and uncles and my father, and many, many, many more people that I know very closely. Mm-hmm. So I have a particular perspective on this conversation and the recognition that it is more than just a political statement or a political experience, because the organization known as Immigration and Customs Enforcement and the Border Patrol teams, along with the local law enforcement and the state law enforcement, these departments didn't get created yesterday. Mm-hmm. They aren't brand new in the last 12 months at all. And right. The reality of that is that these organizations have worked tirelessly together to be effective in the work that they're doing. Mm-hmm. And where my frustration and all of my upset gets generated is in the lack of training. Very simply put.
Yeah.
When the training is not delivered
yeah.
in a way that empowers people to focus on de-escalating tactics, like those of particular organizations that we both know very pointedly and together, the outcomes are these types of outcomes. And to say that this is a brand new thing or that other administrations haven't taken action with these same agencies is just categorically inaccurate. And
But
it's
not
really,
to this degree.
it's really difficult to be able to call it on a particular aisle, right? Now, the method that they're choosing today
Yeah.
is not a match for the intention of that work, frankly speaking. Because if it were, I promise the 450,000 plus people that were deported for one reason or another during a recent administration that was not this current administration, guess what? We would have known more about them, and consistently so, if they were operating under the same pretense. But the reality is they weren't. They worked tirelessly with law enforcement to be effective, to address what needed to happen in a way that was both respectful to those people to the best of their ability, but also allowing them to be effective in carrying out their duties. Because no one wants unsafe activity on the street.
I think we can all agree with that.
We don't want that. We don't want that for anybody,
Right.
realistically.
Yeah.
And so that's where my frustration and upset shows up. It is not the method. It is not the madness that we're seeing. That is a representation of really the best of the people themselves who are operating right now.
Yeah.
And
Well said.
Yeah.
Well said, Shahbaz.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is, I don't think unprecedented or uncharted, like those words like have been so overused in the last couple of weeks, right? But I can't think of any other words to use.
Sure.
What is your greatest hope though? What is your greatest hope right now?
Whew.
Or do you have one?
That's a good question. I would say my greatest hope as it relates to this activity is that there will be an opportunity for cooler heads to prevail. Those might come from different parts of the country or even come from international support or influence.
Yeah.
That would allow our teams and our people here to make the best choices available to continue what needs to happen, not continue what is happening.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
To apply the activities that need to be applied, not harm people, not cause unnecessary and unrealistic and unsupported claims, harm, and discord. Not discord, but frustration. Right? Like that's not helping anybody.
No.
It really just isn't. So my greatest hope would be that the organizations that are responsible for all of these activities can find a way to come together and be intentional about a way forward.
Okay. Beautiful place to park it right there. We are going to take a quick music break. You going to stick with me?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to take a quick music break. We'll be back in just a bit. You're listening to Power 104.7, your home for hip hop and R&B. All right, we are back. Thank you again. Good afternoon for tuning in to Past Power 10. Let me start all over because I really butchered that. Good afternoon. Nyia Harris here for Open Book with Nyia Harris. We're back. Shahbaz, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, in our kind of our opening there. And we're going to pivot a little bit. We're going to talk weekends, happy, fun, light stuff. How was your weekend?
My weekend was pretty great. I had the luxury of working alongside you at the youth camp that was focused on AI.
Yes.
So shout out to Amungwa and Hal Reynolds, and of course the B3 initiative, Better Black Business project initiative for hosting this awesome event.
Yeah.
There were a lot of young folks there that got a lot of value.
Yeah.
And we all learned how to make a peanut butter jelly sandwich again.
Yes.
Which was kind of awesome.
I liked that activity a lot.
Right?
I liked it a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just even the subsequent like breakout activities that they had for the kids too. If those kids really seemed like they were into it. So
Yes.
our future looks bright, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah.
So what else did you do? That was just a portion of the day.
It was a portion of Saturday.
Yes.
So Saturday after that, I have a weekly call with a friend that runs Table for Two Games. Look that up. It's kind of a neat thing to check out. And then
for two.
Yep, Table FOR the number 2 .games. And then while we had our very brief call this week, which is normally 30 minutes, my wife and I drove down to Rochester to help a couple get married.
Okay. And that's a perfect segue into what you do. Getting hitched with Shahbaz.
That's right. Just make sure you spell it the way I spell it.
Well, for the listeners and subsequently the watchers, how do you spell it?
Getting hitched with, and then Shahbaz, this is the tough part. Shahbaz is S like Sierra, H Hotel, A Alpha, H Hotel, B Bravo, A Alpha, Z Zulu.
Okay, we got like the military like breakdown there.
That's right.
Thanks.
NATO alphabet. NATO alphabet.
Nate, who is my podcast editor, through the magic of editing, will put that on the screen for us. So,
I like it.
Yes. So make sure everybody spells it correctly.
Yeah.
Okay. So getting hitched with Shahbaz. So you married someone in Rochester on this past weekend.
Yeah.
And how long have you been doing that?
I have been doing this work for over 16 years. This is year 16. I have been legally ordained since about 2002.
Okay.
And I started officiating weddings in 2010 when a coworker of mine and my now wife said, "Hey, I'm getting married and I just got to figure somebody out to marry us." And I was like, "Well, I can do it.
Yeah.
I'm ordained. I can do that." And he was like,
Fun fact.
yeah, he was like, "For real? Well, what would you charge?" And of course, back then,
Oh, turn around.
Oh,
Turn around.
whoa, there she is.
Come in.
I wondered if the Saints were going to stop by and say hello.
Okay, you're on camera because we're live. We're live
I
on the
know,
air.
live
We're live
on
on
the
the air.
air.
Here's our cameras right here, up here in the ceiling and whatnot.
Yeah.
Wave. Oh my gosh. Hello. How are
Hello.
you? Thanks for being here. Hi. How are you?
Wonderful to see you.
You're just visiting and making the rounds. You've got a hug for me? Oh my gosh, I need a hug. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Have a great day. Thank you. Here's your camera right here.
Right there.
Wave.
There we go.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Madonna.
I love that.
We got
a little tail wiggle too.
I know.
I love that. Shahbaz. Okay, I was about to read your about page and then I pivoted. And I'm like,
You're like, oh, there's somebody there.
Yes.
For those of you that don't know,
Yes.
that is one of the greatest additions to the St. Paul Saints team that plays just down the street from where we are broadcasting here at Osborne 370 in the studio.
Yes. That I've heard nothing but great things. I'm not a huge sports person, but I've heard nothing but great things about the games and just how like a fun experience it is. So yes.
Yeah. Absolutely correct.
Yes. We have a funny story to tell then. Like, no, because of that.
Oh
we
yeah,
have a funny
now
story
we
to
do.
tell.
Yeah. My wife will appreciate that. I wish I had took a picture. But we'll have a video. So
yes.
Be great.
You will have a video.
It'll
yes.
be great,
We both have our phones sitting here. And
I
neither one of us thought of that.
We're just present in the moment.
There you go.
Was.
If you missed it, you missed it. I want to read your about here. Okay.
Sure.
So Getting Hitched with Shahbaz was born from the passion for celebrating love in all its forms. As a certified marriage celebrant, I bring a unique blend of legal expertise and heartfelt personalization to every ceremony. My journey began with a desire to create meaningful, memorable experiences for couples embarking on their lives together. I believe that every love story deserves to be told with authenticity and joy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's beautiful. Did you write that?
I wrote a version of that, and then I had some help.
Okay.
So-
Was that help Chat GPT?
Some of it was, it's actually a combination of about 3 or 4 different iterations.
Yeah.
Some of which included feedback from folks like the amazing Gloria Russell from russellresources.mn.
Okay.
Some of it came from my very own mother and my brothers and my friends.
Yeah.
But, some of it did come from AI's interpretation of what my bio should be.
I love that. Well, I know you. I know you, Shahbaz. So I know you to be a very eloquent person anyway. So that's what made me think that you actually wrote it. So
Yes.
you could have just claimed that, by the way.
I could have.
You could have, but Shahbaz is a very, if you follow Shahbaz on LinkedIn, Shahbaz is a human being. Remember I said there should be a little carrot in there that says Shahbaz is a genuine human being?
I did.
Because
I didn't do that yet.
you didn't do that yet. You should. I'm just saying.
It's coming.
I got a lot of ideas here.
It's coming.
But you really are. And I just have to tell you that. Just let me give you your flowers right now, too. You are one of the most genuine people. Seriously. I can count on one hand how many people that if I said hey, called you and said, hey, I need help. You are one of those people for me anyway.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot
you.
of other people too. So
That means a lot.
Yes.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. You are a person who really, just from what I've observed anyway, appreciates and, takes a lot of care in the friendships and relationships that you have. So
I do. It's
Yeah.
funny you say that
oh,
because next Wednesday on February 4th, I'll actually be speaking on the importance of relationships and how they play into your funeral
okay,
or memorial service
okay,
or other celebration of life that has to do with you when you're not around.
okay. I saw a prompt that you put on the B3 page that said,
Who will show up at your funeral?
who will show up at your funeral? Because I answered that question too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious, Shahbaz. I'll tell you my answer on the other side too. But I'm
Sure.
curious for you, who would show up at your funeral? Wait, don't answer that. Do not answer that. Why isn't he answering that? You know, if you listen to the show, you already know. You already know. We're pivoting. We're going to the podcast mode. If you've enjoyed this episode and want to watch it in its entirety, you can go to my YouTube channel, Open Book with Nyia Harris, and check out this episode in its entirety in just a couple days when Nate, my podcast editor, will get it edited and uploaded for us. I have had a great time talking with Shahbaz live, but now we're going to switch to podcast mode. Like I said, I also want to just tee up really quickly next week's guest, Mrs. O of RCK Catering. Do you know her?
I don't know her.
She's been a guest, a visitor a couple of times to B3. So
Okay.
mac and cheese is all I got to say. Mac and cheese.
okay.
All right.
All right.
So thanks everybody for tuning in live. We're going to switch to podcast mode. Have a great day, and we'll catch you next week. Thanks. All right, welcome back. We are back here in podcast mode. Shahbaz Shah is in studio with me. We left with a cliffhanger. What was the cliffhanger?
The cliffhanger was, do you like cheese on your pizza? Yes or no?
No.
I know it wasn't.
What was the real cliffhanger? Do you like cheese on your pizza?
The answer is I do not like cheese on my pizza if it's not vegan cheese.
Okay. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that.
We could.
Who
It was,
shows up?
Who's going to show up at my funeral?
Yes.
Well, that is a great question.
Yes.
And the answer is it's not likely that my wife will be at my funeral. I've already given her the opportunity to say, I don't want to attend your funeral.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you give context as to where that question came from? Why you put it up as a prompt?
Yeah, absolutely. So this all stemmed from Wellworth Cowork, where I am a member and have been for a number of years. Mm-hmm. They frequently have on the third Thursday of the month for members and anyone else that wants to show up, but primarily for members. They call it Donuts and. And the one of the recent Donuts ands was Donuts and your TED Talk pitch.
Okay.
And I realized a TED Talk pitch. I would love to do lots of talks in general. And then I thought to myself, what talk would I like to do the most?
Yeah.
Well, the talk I wanted to do the most was about relationships. Surprise, surprise.
Okay.
And I thought, what more important place in a person's experience or existence are relationships shown to have tested their limits than when someone passes away?
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people have a lot of acquaintances.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of people have lots of acquaintances.
Indeed.
And when a person passes away, a lot of those acquaintances disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you learn from that?
Mm-hmm.
You learn that people come to you and say, what can I do to help? Instead of what is generally more helpful, which is to say, Nyia, I just heard that insert name here of someone close to you passed away.
Yeah.
I want to know if it'd be okay if I brought over a tray of lasagna. Would that help? I want to know, would it be okay if I shoveled your walkway today?
Mm-hmm.
Would that make a difference for you?
Yes.
Right? So why is that important?
Mm.
It's important because the way that we can show who we are and how we honor somebody isn't just by showing up at their funeral, although I am going to be talking about that. It's also in how we show up now.
Yeah.
Right?
It's the little things.
It is the little things that make a big difference.
Yep.
And although that may have been trademarked by an organization right here in Minnesota, I learned it from a principal in junior high school who probably said it for 30 years before that, before I ever showed up in his, at his school. That said, it all comes from the context that relationships are all there is, which was a quote by Margaret J. Wheatley from an organizational communication class I took about 10 years ago, 12 years ago now, in the basement of Metro State University when I was in college. And I saw it flash across the screen, and it was in that moment that I realized that is the single most valuable aspect of my life that I need to nurture.
Wow. So here's the thing, Shahbaz. Unfortunately, sometimes people don't learn that lesson until they're on their deathbed, right?
That's right.
And I actually was privileged to narrate a documentary. And so I was behind every interview, so I can share it with you too. But so it's the interviewer, the interviewee, and then me behind the camera who's recording, but also asking the questions, right? And we did an interview with a woman. Everyone in this documentary was elderly, right? But we did an interview with this woman who said that exact same thing, that because she basically, I think she was like a hospice nurse. And so she said that is the thing that is like the reoccurring theme is like when people are on their deathbed, it's not about how much money is in your bank account. It's not about how big your house is or what cars you have. It is, who are your relationships? Who are the people who you're close to, right? Yeah. And in the end, that's all people want too.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's all they wanted.
Yeah.
It's all they ever actually wanted.
Yeah. And I think
most of them don't realize it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's to blame for our very materialistic society, right? Where you hear sometimes of people who have everything, but they're miserable, right? Because it's like you have everything except for the one thing that matters.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Where will your talk be?
My talk will be at the organization AGC.
Okay.
It has an event at a place called Brick and Mortar in Minneapolis.
Okay.
Which I'm excited to participate. And folks can look it up on LinkedIn. They can, if they go to my Shahbaz is a Human Being, spelled the way that I spell Shahbaz, they'll find it very quickly.
Yeah.
And they'll see that I have that talk listed
Okay. And that's open to the public and anybody can
It
attend
is.
that. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
It's
Will it be
absolutely-
recorded? Do you know?
It will be recorded, and I will find ways to distribute it afterwards.
Okay. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a really important talk that you're doing. So
It will be.
Yes.
It's a little bit late.
Yeah.
It starts at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
So I hope you can make it.
I'm going to have to opt for the recording.
I know.
You already know. Shahbaz knows me well, so he knows I'm in bed. Yes, I like to go to bed early. Okay, so let me answer your question that you
Yes,
had, because I
please.
actually did answer it.
You did answer it in the chat.
Yes. Okay, so I said no one will be at my funeral
Right.
because I'm not having one.
Right.
Yes. That's actually a fairly recent decision that me and my husband both made. You know him well, Rashim. Yeah, over like Christmas.
Wow.
break. Yeah. Yeah. We just made I think funerals are tough, you
Yeah,
know, they're
they
really
are.
hard. And unfortunately, we just, attended a funeral of, it's my husband, so my mother-in-law's best friend, right, who passed away suddenly. And
That's hard.
yeah, it's really hard. And I just couldn't help but think of my own demise when being there. And I was
Yeah.
just like, I don't want this for me. And in talking with my husband, Rashim, he doesn't want that for him either. And I said, well, then let's put it in writing that we don't want funerals. Take that money and do something else with it.
Sure.
So, yeah, that'll be the instruction. My best friend was like, well, what are you going to do then? Are you going to have like a celebration of life? I'm like, well, first of all, I won't be here. so she's like, well, what can we do? Like, you can do whatever you want. I just don't want a funeral.
There you go.
So, yeah,
Right.
we'll see what comes of that.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Absolutely.
like a ways from now.
Yeah. Right.
knows?
Hopefully. You know, tomorrow's not guaranteed, as they say.
That's
right?
true.
And
Yeah.
hopefully for all our sakes, it will be quite a ways out.
Yeah. Yeah. But you never know.
You never
And
know.
you got to make your wishes known.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So in addition to, I'm still on your website, by the way.
Yeah, that's good.
So in addition to officiating weddings,
Mm-hmm.
you also do vow renewals, which I just asked you
do.
about a little bit
Yes.
ago. Why do you like vow renewals so much? Tell me.
Okay. So there's lots of conversation around vow renewals.
Okay.
For me, it comes down to two things. The first one is there's a lot less paperwork.
Okay.
The second is that you get to really know the couple because there's a lot more to bring to the conversation,
Sure.
right? I recently had the opportunity to go to Las Vegas for a vow renewal.
Okay.
Two friends of ours, both my wife and me, from years and years. I think my wife has known the bride for close to 20 years, and I have known her about 17 years.
Okay. Wow.
So, and then met, and she's a very close friend of ours, and her husband is a really cool dude as well, and we got to bond over certain things. In addition to having worked with the bride, the groom and I shared a particular appreciation for the Teamsters Union and the ATU, which you can schedule time with me to learn all about how am I connected with the ATU. But
Shahbaz is one of the most like well-connected people. So he's got all sorts of connections, not just
And
one.
stories.
And stories, yes. Yes.
that said, we had the opportunity. He and she called on me to renew their vows with them, and they said, we want to do this. This is where we want to do it. This is how we want to do it. And then they gave me some requirements for how they wanted the material crafted, right? And so I did a couple of things. One, I read through it and I tried to incorporate not only what they shared with me, but also what I knew about them, what I had known about them over the 17 years that we've all been friends. And then I incorporated as well some support from AI to help me piece some things together.
Sure.
And one of the things I tell every couple I work with, vow renewals, elopements, 150, 200 people weddings. I ask them to think deeply about the other person. Right? And with vow renewals, there's so much for them to put out there and to share.
Yeah.
Right?
Because they have a lot of history. They have a lot of years.
Because they have a lot of history, exactly, and a lot of years.
Mm-hmm.
And this couple was no different.
Yeah.
And what I like about vow renewals, especially with a couple when I know them, is there is so much more authenticity available to express because there's already a relationship there. Now, yes, most couples, when they're getting married, there's already a relationship there.
Sure.
And it's been there sometimes for like 2 years.
Yeah.
10 years.
Right.
30 years in one couple's case, right? But with the vow renewal, there's no paperwork.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to the courthouse or county office. You could renew your vows tomorrow afternoon at a coffee shop if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You
Vow
can really go
renewals-
any direction with it.
Yeah, exactly. And vow renewals aren't about it's not about a repair of anything. When you're renewing your vows, you're renewing your existing commitment to somebody, right? And it's not because you screwed up in any way.
Yeah.
It's because you want them to know and you want anybody around to see and hear what they mean to you.
Absolutely.
That's what I love about them.
That's pretty beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. I had a question I had two questions actually. I should have wrote it down too. How much time do you normally spend with a couple before marrying them or doing a vow renewal?
Yeah. So it depends on the couple.
Okay.
Some couples just call in. They call, they want something. They're like, send me the paperwork. We'll get it back. There'll be some revisions. And I've had some couples that want to meet with me 3, 4, or 5 times, and usually it's a 1-hour session each time.
Okay.
Leading up to the ceremony.
Okay.
And then we talk about craft everything, make the ceremony something that's theirs. Because remember, this is something you carry with you for the rest of your life. And hopefully, provided that's your method and plan, this is the only time that you're doing this.
Well,
or it's the last time in some people's cases.
I was going to say, that leads me to my second question. I remembered, by the way. My second question is, the divorce rate in the U.S. is what? Is it half or is it more than that?
I think it's 2 out of 3 marriages are divorced these days.
Wow. Okay. So that said, then, right? That just brings more questions. So that said, how do you or can you do qualify or ensure that the folks that you are marrying stay married, right? Is there a way to do that, right?
There is, in some traditions, there are extensive marriage, premarital counseling activities that take place. I am not hyper focused on that activity, and I usually reach out to my couples. They always have my phone number, my email. My address hasn't changed in 13 years, and recently I reached out to the very first couple as I was building up this work to be more of a business structure, and I actually asked them how they were doing. That was 12 years after they got married.
Okay.
And they were not only still married, but they had a couple of kids. They were happy to do a review for me.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's not so much how do I help them, how do I ensure that they stay married? Because I can't do that. That's up to them. That's their work that they get to do with each other. What I can do is I can reach out and follow up and see, how are things going? What's happening? Right? Are you looking for a vow renewal?
Yeah.
Right? Those are the ways that I can stay connected with the couples that whose weddings I officiate.
How warm and fuzzy does that make you feel that the first couple is seemingly happy and
Yeah.
still together and a couple of kids, like you said.
16 years later, pretty freaking amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Do
Gotta
you
say.
know, besides the first couple, do you know like the other couples, like what their statuses are? Do you stay in touch with
I
them?
stay in touch as well as I can. I have one couple that reaches out to me on holidays, and I try to text once in a while. I don't
Sure.
want to be too obtrusive,
Sure.
right? But do have some couples that will follow up with me.
Okay.
Probably the youngest couple I had the privilege of marrying they were just finished with high school recently,
Oh, wow.
right? 19-year-old kids. They had been together 4 years already
Okay.
and had lived together for a couple of years as well.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I was less concerned about them. There was so much, you could just feel the intensity of love and appreciation for each other. All of the people that they brought. It wasn't a large wedding,
Yeah.
but it was very clear, right, that they were like all in.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So that particular couple I had, less concerns with than a couple that says like, oh yeah, we've been together for 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, 9 months, whatever.
Yeah.
Or we just met. And I'm like, okay, tell me more.
It can work though. It can work.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It can
What
work.
a special like industry to be a part of. You know what I mean? Because like you're seeing the union, you're seeing the bond, the union form
Yes.
right in front of you. And then in this case, or what we just described or talked about, how you can follow up and kind of see like how people's lives have unfolded.
Yes.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so I want to talk a little bit more about your own marriage,
Yeah.
actually.
Sure.
So you're married.
I am.
Talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah. We're married. We've been together.
I was going to say more, Shahbaz.
Yeah. I mean, he did say more. He didn't give me any prompts to speak
Would you
on.
like prompts?
No. I
Okay.
don't need any prompts.
I know you don't. You and I have no trouble talking, which is why I call you Cousin Shahbaz.
That's true.
Do you want to share that story, why I call you Cousin Shahbaz?
I would like you to share the story specifically.
Okay,
Yeah.
so as I remember the events to be, we had a B3 meeting.
Yes.
And then I was hanging out with someone after the meeting. That's the sign of a good meeting, when you tell people they can go home and then they stay. And then it was like me, one other person, the person I was talking to, and then you.
Yeah.
And then we were getting ready to leave, and you were like, hey, are you guys going to St. Paul? And we were. And then you're like, I said, yeah, what's up? What's going on? And you're like, I left my keys in the car. I was like, okay. And then you were like, can you give me a ride? Blah, blah. When we're in St. Paul right now. So I was like, yeah, come on. We're going this way. And then what did we do? Oh, it was early. So it was before the radio. So then we went to lunch.
Yep. My favorite place.
Yes. Thai place. And then we give them a shout out, by the way.
Basil Cafe, 585 University Avenue in St. Paul.
Delicious, by the way, and super friendly, by the way. And then we came downtown, and you weren't far from me at the time. So I was like, yep, I'll just drop you off. And then I get done with my radio show and everything, and something just tells me like, just check and see if he's good. And so I texted you, and then you were like, yeah, if you could get me, that'd be great. So then you met me here at the office. We walked to my car. We drove back to Roseville, where the B3 meeting started, like 8 hours earlier,
Yes.
right? And then, and we talked like the entire time. And then I dropped you off at your car. I was like, okay, make sure you can
starts.
make sure it starts. Not only like you can unlock it, but that it starts. And then you were off to the runnings, and I was like, okay, goodbye, Shahbaz. So that was kind of our story,
It
right?
was.
Yeah.
It's a great story.
And then I'm like, okay, you're basically my cousin now.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yep, that's true.
Huh.
That's
So, yeah.
true. Yeah,
Why'd you want me to
that's
tell
it.
the story?
Because I have been known to be a little more surgical and clinical with certain stories like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess
Sometimes they don't flow as well.
Okay.
So, you know.
Okay.
And I no doubt would have missed the fact that you were talking to somebody else, and you were like meeting with them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a minor detail, though. I guess I was just
is.
painting the picture, like why I was still there.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Like, why were you still there? Why was I still there?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So-
if memory serves, you had like a virtual meeting,
Yes,
right?
I did.
Yeah.
I had a
Yeah.
virtual meeting, and you were having an in-person meeting, and then it was like, oh.
Everybody knows that feeling too, right? If you've ever locked your keys in your car, you know what that feels like. So, you know what? I'm a big proponent of the idea or the fact that like everything happens for a reason.
Yes.
Right. And so, why do you think that happened? Why do you think that happened? Like there are no mistakes. Like that would like you were meant to lock your keys in the car that day. Why did that happen? Why did I meet with someone for so long where I was one of the last people there? You know what I'm saying? I always think about stuff like that. Because what if I wasn't meeting with that person? I would have left.
You would have been gone.
I would have
You
left.
still would have been in St. Paul, just a lot sooner.
For sure. But I definitely probably wasn't going to come to Roseville and get you and then like, you know what I mean? And come back, you know? But it's like, it just worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It totally worked. I would say one possible reason was because the time before that we had gone to Basil Cafe, you only snacked.
Oh, okay. So I had to eat.
Hadn't been able to actually have lunch there.
Okay. And that I did. And it's a terrific place, by the
It
way.
is. Yeah.
Yeah. I think about that all the time, about
Right?
like just how the universe works and how things are in alignment and, you know, yeah.
Yeah.
The other day, I'm just going to tell you, coming from the camp,
Yeah.
went to leave at the stoplight. I hesitated. I don't know why I did. I hesitated. And here comes a car flying through the intersection.
Wow.
I didn't even look at either side. I just hesitated. Like my foot, like, just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you go to push down on the gas and you don't
Yeah.
hit.
And then
yeah. And then just, and he looked at me. That was the crazy part.
Wow.
Yeah. So he went through the intersection, but he was like, we made eye contact.
Wow.
And he braked once he was on the other side of the intersection. And I was just like, okay, so dude wasn't paying attention in the car.
Right.
Obviously. But I was just like crazy. Like I would have got creamed too.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would have been
Not great.
not fun.
No.
Not fun for the rest of us.
I mean, I don't know if I would have died, but.
Well, still wouldn't have been fun for the rest of us.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Thanks, Shahbaz.
Yeah.
Such a genuine human being. Okay, where are we at for time? 4:22. What the heck? Pardon my French. Okay.
Are you really that surprised, cousin?
No, I'm not. I'm not. It's like I don't know. It's like time stands still or something when we're talking because it's just like, oh yes, and this and da da da. Okay, tell me. Still early in the year.
Yeah.
We're not to February yet.
Yeah.
February is like next Sunday.
I know.
That's crazy.
I know.
I said to my oldest daughter, I'm like, your birthday's next Tuesday. She's like, I know. I was like, I mean, I know too. Okay, so with it still being early in the year,
Yeah.
what are your hopes, dreams, aspirations, goals for 2026?
One of my hopes is to build deeper and longer lasting relationships with
Yeah.
folks at the co-working space where I operate out of.
Okay.
That are what would not be considered what we call full-time members or folks with a standalone office or an office suite. And if you want more information about that, come find me. I'll talk to you all about Wellworth all day long, all
Okay.
by myself, no matter what. No, I don't get any kickbacks for that either, but I
Okay.
do absolutely love them. So that's one of my hopes.
Yeah.
Another one of my dreams is to build up, working with this company that launched my new website, localsite.co. That's localsite.co. And helping him get the website up and running because, and not just the website, but the business, because there are a lot of folks we can help for a very affordable rate who otherwise are like trying to figure out how am I going to get seen?
Yeah. Yeah.
How am I going to be visible?
And there's so many options out there to create a website that
there are.
When I run into a business that doesn't have a website, I'm like, how? How do you not even like a placeholder? Like, Yeah. Because sometimes people will be like, I don't have a website, but I have a Facebook page or whatever. It's like, no, if you're a business, like you need a website.
Yes.
You need something. So,
Yeah.
And you're very much an expert on that, I would say. So
spent a lot of time digging into it.
So
There's no question.
I know the answer to this, but I want to say this for like people who are watching, listening.
Yeah.
So if someone says, well, Shahbaz, can I just pick your brain? What do you say?
I say, buy me lunch or dinner.
There you go.
Yeah. So probably at Basil Cafe.
I was just going to say, yeah. So Shahbaz is a wealth of knowledge. You just don't even know. He's a wealth of knowledge. He has so many connections. He genuinely cares about people. You're just a great contact to have, and a really good person. So
thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, you're so welcome. Yeah, and you're like super easy to talk to, which is why we almost flew over.
It's true.
At 4:25 here, I'm going to say thank you to my guest, Shahbaz Shah. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me, Nyia. I really appreciate it.
I hope you enjoyed the conversation.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yay. And we had a special guest.
And we had Madonna.
I mean, that was awesome.
I mean,
I didn't plan that either.
I believe you didn't plan it.
Because when we watch the playback, you're going to be like, because like she just like stuck her head over and I'm like, look, who was that? Okay. So thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Next week's guest is Mrs. O of RCK Catering. Okay. All I'm going to say is macaroni and cheese. That's it. Macaroni and cheese. So I think that's what she's known for, to be honest with you. But she makes a whole host of things, but that is the thing. I remember hearing about the macaroni and cheese before I heard of her. They were like, oh, this woman makes really good macaroni and cheese. Oh, by the way, her name is. So anyhow, thank you, everybody. Oh, yes. I'm sorry.
No, I like it. I like that's the introduction to her.
Yes.
Right? Like, everybody's like, oh, yeah, mac and cheese. Oh, by the way, her name is.
Yeah.
You thought you might want to know so you can find it.
Exactly. Well, you know what? I think that's the kind of reputation you want, especially if you're in the food industry, right?
Yes.
So, thank you again, Shahbaz. Mm-hmm. You have been listening to, watching, being a part of Open Book with Nyia Harris. It's been my absolute pleasure to be your host of this show. I really enjoy this platform. Thank you to Power 104.7 for giving the opportunity. Thank you to Nate for doing all of my editing. Thank you to you, the listeners, the watchers, for just continuing to support this and whatever it is, I don't know, this platform, and listening to me each week. So have a wonderful day and be kind to one another and listen with intent.